crude handover for you. Let's quickly look at the events that you need to watch out for in today's trading session. We have India, China and UK reporting their IIP numbers today. We also have the UK GDP number that is likely to come out. We also have a couple of corporate earnings. We are in the thick of earnings season, as we all know. We have M&M, we have PB Fintech, ABB India, InfoEdge, BHEL, BEML, we have Garden Reach, Rail Vikas Nigam, Delivery, Cochin Shipyard, Fortress Healthcare, all of these coming out with their quarter 3 numbers. We also have VRL Logistics, the buyback record date is today. We also have PM Modi, who will be flagging off 2 Vande Bharat trains today.
Okay, let's get in some other update because what's happening in Turkey, more than 20,000 people are now known to have been killed in the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Now, rescuers are still searching rubble for survivors, but hopes are fading almost 4 days since the tremor struck. Freezing conditions threaten the lives of thousands of survivors who are now without shelter, water and food. Turkey's president called the quake the disaster of the century. Even the UN chief Antonio warned the full extent of the catastrophe was still unfolding before our eyes, especially in Syria, where long-running civil war has devastated the country.
And the US government has clarified that it is not looking to impose sanctions on India for its oil imports from Russia. Remember, Russian oil imports have been a sticky point with the West, often commenting on how allies must stand together and avoid buying oil from Russia in solidarity with Ukraine. However, India time and again has asserted that it will take its own call on oil imports based on its economic conditions. But now an official from the Secretary of State has come out and clarified that the relationship between the US and India is most consequential and that they are not looking to impose any sanctions.
And Unilever said that it will continue to raise prices for its detergent, soaps and packaged foods to offset rising input costs and ease those hikes in the second half of 2023. The parent company of Hindustan Unilever expects cost inflation to continue in 2023, forecasting net material inflation in the first half of around 1.5 billion euros. When it comes to coverage of the inflation that we have seen, we are currently only sitting at about 75% of the total cost inflation covered, said the management.
Ride-hailing major Lyft shares fell more than 30% during after-hours trading after the company issued weak guidance in its earning report. The company recorded flat quarter-on-quarter growth in active riders in the third quarter, which remains below the pre-pandemic levels.
Okay. And in more layoffs in the US, Yahoo is set to eliminate more than 1,000 employees or 20% of its workforce by the end of 2023. Private equity firm Apollo Global Management had acquired 90% of Yahoo from Virgin in September 2021. Meanwhile, the media conglomerate News Corp said that it would cut 1,250 jobs after it missed estimates for the second quarter earnings due to the weakness in the news and digital real estate business.
And commodity trader Trafigura Group is facing more than $500 million in losses after discovering metal cargoes it had bought didn't contain the nickel which they were supposed to. Past 2 months, Trafigura has been uncovering the systematic fraud, and they have started legal action against Indian businessman Pratik Gupta and several companies connected to him, including TMT Metals and subsidiaries of UD Trading Group.
Moving on, the US Senate held its first public hearing on the Chinese spy balloon. Lawmakers grilled 4 Defense Department officials about it when the military learned of the balloon and why they waited a week to shoot it down. Officials said that the balloon first entered US airspace in Alaska on Jan 28th, where it was immediately detected by the NORAD, the Joint US-Canadian Air Defense System.
And former Vice President Mike Pence has been issued a subpoena by special counsel overseeing criminal investigations of ex-President Donald Trump, one of which is focused on Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Now, Member Pence served under Trump and was pressured by him to refuse to accept the certifications of the Electoral College, states of several states that gave President Joe Biden his margin of victory in the 2020 race.